Yo, what's going on, y'all? It's Combo Breaker 99. I'm back with another post-fight analysis video. All right, y'all. Correia versus Karol Rosa. Shout out to Correia. She just put it into an era. Her last fight, last fight in the books for her UFC slash MMA career. Correia, she went out there and took on another tough customer and an up-and-coming prospect in Karol Rosa. Karol Rosa, I haven't done too many videos, but I've been telling y'all that she's definitely one of the prospects in the top 15 that I've been looking at, and I think highly of her. She's kind of like part of a part of a triple threat for bantamweight. So I just kind of have to go back and actually do a video, talking about who I see as the most promising in the bantamweight division, which I'll go ahead and fill y'all in on at the end of this video. But yeah, man, Karol Rosa, she went in there and put on a very solid performance against a veteran in Correia. Thing about Correia, she's more of a boxer slash brawler, so she didn't really pose like a big test. I mean, she did as far as like testing Karol Rosa's patience and her IQ, and just seeing if Karol Rosa would ever get impatient and just try to go for the knockout or just kind of swing reckless and be wild. But no, Karol Rosa, she stuck to her game plan. She fought a very educated fight the first round, and she just fought the second and third more offensive, letting her hands go and just staying on the outside and just picking apart Correia because she knew that Correia is a tough fighter. And like I said, she is a boxer. She's a very tough boxer and she is a smart boxer. She just doesn't throw a lot of kicks. But overall, she's very tough and she is hard to just go in there and knock out. She will go in there and go the distance with you, even in the L. But yeah, Karol Rosa, she went in there and showcased how tough she is. She showed a nice hand game and the good clinch game in this fight. And yeah, man, she pretty much won every single round in my opinion. First round, it was kind of a chess match. It's just Karol Rosa just keeping good range, using her leg kicks and good knees on the inside for respect. Both fighters were listed at 5'5", but to me, Karol Rosa seemed like she was standing a little bit taller. Maybe because Correia was just kind of hunched over, but I think her standing taller kind of helped her fight longer and throw those straight right hands down the pipe. She was fighting more like the taller fighter here. And Correia, she's always a brawler, so she really couldn't get anything going on the inside because Karol Rosa was the stronger fighter here, and the harder puncher, the harder, straighter puncher here. So every time she would throw that jab straight up the middle, it would knock Correia back, mixing in leg kicks. And like I said, just, getting that clinch on her and landing some good knees up straight up the middle to the body. So Rosa pretty much had everything covered in the first round, and that's basically how it went. The second round, Rosa's jab. Karol Rosa's jab, very effective. Y'all know I love the jab. Karol Rosa's jab, it opened up a lot of nice things this round. It opened up knees to the body. It opened up good clinch work. It opened up combinations, the right hand. Karol Rosa, she was just mixing in leg kicks. So, everything was coming off of that jab, straight jab down the middle and then that right hand down the pipe. Correia, I think her timing was just off in this fight. And she was just kind of going through the motions a little bit. Every now and then she would get off a shot. But other than that, like her timing was off and she was just getting outworked by a much stronger fighter, even in the clinch, which is probably where, to me, Correia suffered the least amount of damage. It was really the range fighting here, the range fighting and then the clinch. That's where, she was really getting pieced up and starting to get busted up because Karol Rosa, she was letting some nice 1-2s go. But yeah, I got to give her a lot of credit for the jab. The jab was just opening up a lot of good moments for Karol Rosa. The last round though, Rosa she probably could have finished the fight, but she just fought it very educated. Like I said, picked her shots, and she was just landing some big right hands, busting up Correia in that last round. And at this point, I think Correia was just kind of going through the motions. She was just ready to get this last round over with, get this last fight over with, and finish it out. But yeah, she got it 30-27 for Karol Rosa. Yeah, Correia is just kind of like the sign of a, well, the end of an era. You know how it is. That sign up saying, oh, it's another fighter from that era. Ronda Rousey's gone now. And I was never like a big Correia fan, but when she would fight, I would definitely tune in. She's an exciting fighter. I was just never really somebody that followed her closely, but I have seen all her fights. You know what I mean? Like, I have checked out everybody she was fighting, and the one thing I can say about Correia is she's always taken on the best. Win or lose, she was in there with the best fighters. They've always matched her up with the best fighters, and she would give them a test. Whether it be Sarge Eubank, which I was still surprised Sarge Eubank lost to Correia in my opinion. I thought Sarge Eubank had the style to get down to the ground and get it dirty, but Correia, she was able to brawl her out and pull her into a fight. But yeah, shout out to Correia, finishing off her career. Let's just take a look at who else she's fought in her career, just to kind of go back here and give her a little, shine, give her a little highlight. Yeah, she started back in 2012, so almost 10 years in the game. She was in the game for 9 years. And when she jumped into the UFC, she scored wins over Julie Kedzie, Jessamine Duke, Shayna Baszler, and she was going through the Four Horsemen, boy. She was going through the Four Horsemen, but then she came across Ronda Rousey and got stopped. She got stopped by Ronda Rousey and lost her undefeated streak, or lost her O. She lost her O. So after that, she faced another loss to Raquel Pennington, and then she got a win over Jessica Ai. Fought Marion Renault to a draw, took on Holly Holm, Irene Aldana, back-to-back losses to both of them, and then Sarah Eubank, that was her last win. Then she scored back-to-back losses to Penny Kansan and Karol Rosa. So yeah, that's the career of Bethe Correia. Tough fights on her resume. Very tough fighter. So wishing her the best. Hopefully she can go and get into something else now, and or after MMA life is going to be good. I hope everything turns out good, whether she's a trainer, coach, or doing whatever. You know what I mean? Like I said, end of an era. As for Karol Rosa, what's next for Karol Rosa? Like I said, going back to Karol Rosa, as far as how highly I think of her as part of a triple threat for the bantamweight division. And in that triple threat right now, for the bantamweight division in the UFC, I have Karol Rosa in there. I have Julia Avila in there, and I have Macy Chiasson in there. I think these are three of the top bantamweights, tough bantamweights, still growing bantamweights that I could see taking over this top 10 eventually. You know what I mean? I think once the fighters like Irene Aldana, Ketlen Vieira, they get out of there, I think they will be part of the top 10. And yeah, they're going to be up there with we'll see how far Miesha Tate can go in this second coming. So they're going to be eventually surrounding her, and they'll be taking on fighters like Aspen Ladd or GDR, and yeah, I think they'll be giving them fighters tough fights, and they'll be retiring some of them. But I think Karol Rosa right now, she's definitely one of the strongest in the division. I think she has a very good foundation when she's striking. She knows how to control range. She's very strong on the inside, has a decent ground game, and she's very authoritative. She's aggressive. She knows how to push the action, and she knows how to make you back off. She knows how to make you back off, and she puts some nice punches together. So I think Karol Rosa, with more work, and she continues to develop her IQ, I would like to see her in there against the winner of Julia Avila versus Rocky Pennington, because Rocky Pennington is a tough customer. So Rocky Pennington, if you can get past her and you can let her test your IQ, then I think you pass the test and you can get into that top 10 right now from the way the bantamweight division is looking. But Karol Rosa is much needed in the bantamweight division right now, because it's running a bit dry. They need her. They need Avila. They need Chiasson. And they need Tanisha Tennant signed ASAP, for real. They need her. And if, like Chelsea Chandler, she can make 135. Of course, she can do either. Sign her. You know what I mean? They really need to sign some new bantamweights and get this division live like they do flyweight. You know what I mean? So get these girls up in there, get some new blood up in there, and get this division where it needs to be. Because right now, flyweight is making bantamweight look like, it's putting them to shame, man. Because they're signing so many hungry ladies in the flyweight division. You're wondering why can't they sign anybody for bantamweight, right? So hey, that's just my opinion, guys. But again, shout out to Bethe Correia, wishing her the best. Last fight I'll be covering for her, right? So that's her and Marion Renault now. They done called it a career. So last post-fight analysis for Bethe Correia. And yeah, shout out to Karol Rosa. Let me know what y'all think is next for her. Combo Breaker 99. I'm out. Subscribe. Peace.